cheese on your banh mi. No idea if this microphone is working or not, but whatever. Let's just go with it. Don't mind the mess in the back, okay? Just don't look. Don't worry about it. Is it mukbang? Mukbang? I want to say it's mukbang. It's A-N-G. Bang. This sub has my social media just tripping. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia and today I am doing a mukbang for you guys and also doing a Q&A about moving to Calgary. And today I ordered a bumbuway and I also ordered a banh mi, sauté beef banh mi with mozzarella cheese on it. And this banh mi has been causing quite the stir on my social media because back in BC, you don't put cheese on these sandwiches, okay? I'm not gonna say the name because all my Vietnamese people, I'm not gonna butcher the name. I'm just gonna just put it right here for you guys. Oh, look. They have the name right on their bags. Wow. Here we go. I do know the owner's daughter, so shout out to Nancy. Hello. They are lovely people, so please go check out their restaurant. They have 2 locations in Calgary, and I usually like to order bumbuway if they have it on the menu because most places don't have it on the menu sometimes. So, I mean, pho, I can make at home. I can probably smash this down right now because I'm so hungry. I'm going to try to save some for my husband, but sorry, babe. It took me like an hour to try to find a proper setup because the tripod that I have, like, girl, I was struggling, okay? Struggle. It smells really good. Okay. Am I even going to stay on topic and do a Q&A? Because I really just want to eat right now. I'm just the type of person who I don't talk when I eat really because I'm just too busy shoveling food into my mouth. But here I am. Here I am. I usually like to have my bumbuway with pho noodles, but okay. And you know what I just realized? I just realized that why did I put lipstick on? Because when I'm eating sandwiches and stuff, it just gets all over the place. My God. Oh my God. Oh yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. It's definitely spicy. Mmm. That's really good. Am I just really hungry? No. It is actually really good. Okay. I just want to say that this video is not some sort of Alberta calls video or some propaganda to get you to move to Alberta. Simply just sharing my experience moving to a different province. I mean, if someone wanted to pay me for saying things about Calgary, like, you know, I wouldn't say no, but. Okay, you guys, I apologize. As I was editing this video, I realized that I was way too hungry, that my brain cells weren't functioning and words were not coming out of my mouth how they should have. So instead of refilming this again, I'm going to be inserting some voiceovers where I feel like I missed some information. Anyways, I was trying to explain here that there were 2 main reasons why we decided to move to Calgary. The first reason was to be able to do more things that we loved, like being parents, prioritizing our health and our marriage. Back in BC, I was working 2 part-time jobs, and at the time, Austin was not taking to daycare, so Simon had to work mornings and I worked evenings. Simon worked full time and also worked overtime many, many Saturdays. His commute was 35 minutes to get there, and it took him a whole hour to get home. We are extremely blessed with so many friends and family that our weekends were packed full of events. It was always so, so busy. When deciding to move, essentially, we were seeking a better work life balance. This was challenging to explain to some of our elders as they felt that this time in our lives are meant for working hard and setting ourselves up for our future. But there's also another part of this time in our lives that's also important, and that's being present for our son. He is only going to be little for such a short time, and we want to be there for all those moments. And going back to our busy lifestyle in BC, a lot of the time it felt like when me and Sai spoke to each other, it was always like a business transaction. Did you do that? Don't forget to do this. And moving to Alberta really gave us the gift of time to stay connected with each other and enjoy being parents even more. The second reason for moving to Calgary was the cost of living, which I will talk about in the next question. I don't know if I'm saving any of this for my husband, but I don't know if some of you guys know or not, and I don't know if Simon cares if I share. I don't think he minds if I share. So Simon is 11 years older than me, technically 10 and a half years older than me. And so, when you marry your person and you start to think about, okay, where do we see ourselves in 5 years? Where do we see ourselves in 10, 20 years from now? Wow, my brain really wasn't working. So basically, what I was trying to say was that we felt like moving to Calgary or realistically anywhere in the world that would give us more freedom with our time and financial freedom, that we would have a better opportunity to reach our long term goals together. Wow, usually with a boomba wave, I have to add more spice to it, but this is good. This is a good spice for me. So let's continue to our second question, which is it actually cheaper to live in Alberta? This question brings me to our next reason why we chose to move, and that's obviously the financial part of it. If you currently live in BC or if you live in Ontario and you go online and you look at property that's, for 500,000 and you do a price comparison with Alberta and you look at a property for $1 million or $2 million, just a fair warning, you cannot unsee the property, okay? You can't unsee it. And that's kind of how it started for us. It was just it's kind of like a rabbit hole that we went down. And same with some of our other friends that moved here as well too. That's how it started. You start to go online, you start to look at the properties and compare what you can get here. And it just, wow. Wow. I feel like I'm eating like a cow. Am I? Trying to be cute and trying to eat. It's like, which one is it? Am I going to eat or am I going to be cute? Okay, sorry. What were we talking about? Mm, 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 mm. It's very spicy. I need some water.
To answer the question of if it's actually cheaper, I will say that yes, property is cheaper by nearly half. Half. It's crazy. Although the market is getting hotter here, I'm not sure how much longer that's going to last. But alcohol, gas, and I noticed home insurance seems to be less than BC, which makes sense seeing as the property values are less in Alberta. But after living here for about 5 months, I've noticed some things that are more expensive here, including auto insurance, especially for those with little to no insurance history, property tax, electricity, utilities, groceries, and eating out is expensive. And I noticed that some beauty services charge more here. There's probably some things that I'm missing, but for us personally, the cost of housing is what
Okay, you
really
guys.
pulled us.
Okay. I'm just focused on eating. I can't talk when I eat. This is hard for me. Let me get a plate. Oh my god. Wow, you guys. Look how big this banh mi is. Like, huge. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna cut it in half. My lipstick is about to go everywhere. Saute banh mi. I know what I'm doing. Oh my god. I'm such a newbie. Is it showing? Okay, I think it's focusing. So you see the cheese there? It's a piece of mozzarella cheese, and I just got crumbs like everywhere. Okay, guys. And there's no daikon in here, but my lipstick. I really taste the cheese in there. I'm gonna do that. I definitely tasted it there, but you know what's kind of like, you know, the Vietnamese mayo? It's very creamy, and it almost just like, I don't hate it. It still tastes delicious. Like, I don't know how I feel about this. I really don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's weird that's in there, but I feel like because the flavors of a banh mi are so, they're very prominent. Almost don't even really taste it, to be honest. Maybe I think it just gives a little bit more creamy. It kind of goes with the mayo. Just so interesting.
If you are considering moving to Alberta, obviously you are going to have to make sure the finances are financing. For us, they were financing, and that meant we would actually have some funds for traveling, savings, our kids' education, property, maybe a boob job, maybe some lipo, and the list goes on. In BC, we were kind of struggling financially. We had a huge mortgage to pay for. And honestly, I feel like we both had decent paying jobs. We even had rental income, and it was still challenging. We were working all these hours and sacrificing precious time with our little family for what? To just survive. So I can see now why so many young families have made the move to Alberta. It's no wonder people are choosing not to have kids in BC because it's just so expensive out there. And comparing the type of property you can get out here, it just seems like your money can go so much longer. I know this is arguable seeing as property in BC is continuously climbing up. I mean, it does go up in Alberta, but at a much slower rate. And from what I gathered about the rental market in Calgary is that it is cheaper, but not by very much. So I'd basically say it's the same cost.
Honestly, I love our house so much here in Calgary. We have an extra 1,000 square feet of living space, and we are close to schools, we are close to parks and all of the major grocery stores and malls. Simon's commute to work is now only 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. I mean, we haven't gone through a winter just yet, so we'll see how long it takes us. But fingers crossed that Calgary has a better snow removal system than BC. You know, Nancy told me that with the cheese, it tastes like a Philly cheesesteak. And I see it. I see it now. People in Vietnam, if anyone's watching from Vietnam, do you put cheese in your banh mi? Moving on to our next question is, were you and your husband able to find work easily? So we were very, very fortunate that Simon was able to stay with the same company and take a transfer. And so that was a very seamless transition for us. For myself, oh my God, ignore my finger. For myself, I was in the insurance industry back in BC for how long? 10 years? 10? Almost 11 years. And my license is still valid here in Alberta. So if I wanted to, I can go back into the insurance world, which I may possibly do in the future. For now, you know, I'm just going to pretend like I'm a real housewife of Calgary. No, I'm just kidding. So I took a few months off when we first moved here to just get settled in, set up our house and get Austin settled into his preschool. We're working on potty training right now. You know, basically I was just focusing on being the best mom, the best wife, even though there's always room for improvement. And there are definitely days that are hard no matter what. But I took some time off to just, focus on my family. And I think now that Austin is settled into school, then I think very soon I will be joining the working world again. But I'm also dreading waking up in the morning, getting Austin ready, getting myself ready. Like, that seems like a challenge. Is there anything else I wanted to say about work? I think that's all. That's what we're doing for work right now. And obviously, because I've had the spare time, I decided to do YouTube as well too. I've had so many people just asking me questions about moving to Alberta, and it's kind of nice documenting like Austin as well too, because for our friends and family that we don't see all the time now, they can, watch Austin grow up and see what he's up to, what he's doing. So I really like that. Moving on to our next question, which is, are people friendlier in Calgary? Oh no, sorry. They just said, are people friendlier than Vancouver? So Simon says yes when I asked him this question. And for me, it's hard to say because we don't even leave the house. Literally, we just go to the grocery store and we go to our friend's house, and my brother-in-law's house. So where am I going to see people? So many of my friends and like people I see on social media, like traveling with their kids. That doesn't sound fun to me. And I mean, good for you for like doing that, but Austin is a terrible traveler. So we just stay inside. Um, yeah. Kind of hard to say if whether people are friendlier here. We lived in the Tri-City area in BC, and where there was a lot of like seniors and young families, I feel like. So the area that we're in right now as well too is similar to that. It's a lot of young families, and I feel like it's more slow pace out there, or slow pace where we are. Even back in BC, we really had no reason to go downtown, and even here, we don't go downtown. I'm going to assume people there might be more aggressive, just because you're in downtown and people are in a rush to get to work and get to here and there and whatever. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't talk to people. I don't leave the house really. So yeah. Okay, my hair is like, I don't know what's going on right here. Boop, boop. I do notice though on the roads here that people are more aggressive, and the speed limit here is higher than back in BC. I think because the roads are more straight, so they increase the speed limit, and people are quite aggressive on the road here, I feel like. But also, I have a theory that all the aggressive drivers are people that moved from BC and Ontario that are driving on the roads here now, that are just like, you know, impatient, road ragey. Bad knee break. I want. Jesus. I meant to put a band-aid on this to cover it for this video, but YOLO. Not bad. No lipstick transfers. And this lipstick is from Rare Beauty. So it's doing a pretty good job staying on. Oh, what? We have one more question after this, but I wanted to highlight some of the things that I noticed about Calgary that aren't necessarily bad or good. It's just things that maybe I wish I knew before moving here, or just some things, some points about Calgary. Okay. So the first one is that they have hard water, which I did know about, but when you're actually, living and using it, it's different, I guess. So in BC, the water is soft, and I think that means that there's less calcium or something. Like, I don't know. There's more with hard water here in Alberta. There's more minerals in it, and all the crazy BC people that move here are buying water softeners for their house. Now, we got quoted for a water softener and a drinking water system, and they wanted to charge us like $7,000 for it. And we almost said yes, because everybody around us was like, yeah, I have one. Like, everybody has one here. And I was like, you know what? I'm not dropping that kind of money, because I just didn't see the benefits of it. So with hard water around your appliances, you'll see like buildup there, and you have to clean it more often. And what else about? I guess it's supposed to dry your skin, and your hair is supposed to be drier and whatever. Dude, back in BC, I was still using hair oil every day. In the wintertime, with soft water, I was still having to lotion my body like multiple times a day, because it's cold. You gotta protect your skin. And going to our friends and family places that have the water softener, I'm like, looking at their faucets and stuff, and there's still buildup everywhere. So why did you pay to have this water softener thing when it's not even, doesn't convert your water 100%? You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't see the benefits of it. So before me and Simon jumped in and decided to get it, we just, let's just live with this hard water for a little bit and see if, it's something that we really, really need to consider getting. And yeah, we just decided not to get it and saved us the money. We ended up getting a drinking water system from Home Depot that Sai and my brother-in-law installed, and the drinking water is great. It tastes fantastic. And that was the one thing here as well too. Sometimes when you're brushing your teeth with the hard water, like you can smell you can smell not chemicals. You can smell I don't even know, okay? You just smell the things in it, okay? And another point that I have for Calgary is the traffic. This is actually a good thing about the traffic here. I mean, so far, I've noticed that it's always flowing. BC, it's like bumper to bumper. There are so many lights here. The way that they design the city, it's like highway all around the city. And then to get out onto, into wherever you need to go, it's just like a few minutes out. Where BC, it's just so many lights, so many bridges. That's one good thing I like about Calgary is the traffic so far. And another thing that I want to mention is the weather. Okay, weather is wacko over here. So it can be sunny, raining, hailing, snowing, all in 24 hours here. So wear layers and be prepared for whatever kind of weather. But for me, I stay inside. I don't go outside. I can control the temperature in my house. Simon likes to wear shorts, like we're in like Mexico all the time. And my son likes to be like shirtless all the time too. So, we like a warm house. We like a cozy house, okay? And yeah, weather is just strange. It's okay. It's weird because in BC it rains a lot, yes, but you can go outside. And I used to put on Austin's Muddy Buddy, and we would go and like jump into the puddles and just have a jolly old time there. And here we can't even go outside when it's raining because rain is always accompanied with like thunder or crazy winds. It is very windy here. I think geographically, there's no mountains or anything, or like the mountains are a bit further away. They're a bit further away, so they're not blocking the wind. So it is very windy out here. Another thing I wanted to mention, talking about the mountains and stuff, are places to like go. In BC, there's a lot of places that you can staycation or camp and do that stuff. As far as I know, there are places that you can go for holidays. Most people don't, though. Like every time I've asked like people, hey, where do you go staycation? Is there any cool Airbnbs around here? Like none, no Albertans really like do that. There's some people that do camping, and most people just fly to wherever they want to go. So yeah. Another thing about Alberta, I don't know if it's all Alberta or just Calgary, but the mosquitoes in the summer are ruthless. People that live here already they're like, it's not even that bad. This year was like actually really good. And I'm like, excuse me? I get mosquito bites and they turn into like tumors like on my leg. Like they're so bad. I will say though, in BC, there's not as many mosquitoes, but my mosquito bites used to swell up. I don't know if it's like it must be a different strain of mosquitoes that live here, and I noticed that they fly around like this, fly around like all crazy. Where in BC, they fly like, I don't know, this is a weird observation to make, but I just freaking hate mosquitoes. So again, stay inside. Stay inside. If you don't like the weather and you don't like mosquitoes, just stay inside. Me and Sai are like very much in our like home era right now. You know, again, good for you people who bring your toddlers out and like do stuff. And I'm not one of them. I'd rather be at home, cozy. If we're going to go out, let's go to the park that's like, 5-10 minutes away, or go to our friend's house and, chill and do that. And because I've had so many times where I take Austin out and he's like all clingy and not a fun time for me. So until he's a little bit older and can just like entertain himself a little bit more, then we will be going out more often. But until then, nay. Okay. And is there anything else I wanted to say about Calgary? You really have to love your house here in Alberta, I feel like, because you do spend a lot of time inside. I really love our house here. Oh, good God. I mentioned in my last video as well, too, I do really like that all of the community seems to be very organized in a sense where all the houses are together, townhouses are together, most of the shopping plazas are all together as well, too. And all of the subdivisions or communities that they have here, they have an HOA. I honestly, I don't know what that stands for, but it's like a little gated community that is exclusive to all of the people that live in that community, subject to like a annual payment. And it's not that much. It's like a few $100s every year. And you have access to, every HOA is different. Ours has like a skating rink and a volleyball, tennis courts, water park and playground, sandbox, and even like a tool shed rental as well too. And our other friends as well too have they have an actual lake there as well too, as well as like a clubhouse and like all the things that we have, but it's a little more bougie. And I really like that. I don't know if they do this on purpose or not, but I think it really does help with like population control, because back in BC, like all the lakes and, all the beaches and stuff like that, it's public. So that beach or lake is servicing like everybody from every single city in the Lower Mainland. Where here, it's like you have your own lake and you have your own activity places to do activities. So it's like you control the population by like them just going to their little area there, right? And it's just not so crowded. Another thing I wanted to mention too about Alberta was the child care benefit. So child care benefit back in BC. Oh no, sorry, it's not child care benefit. It's like a child subsidy for. So to qualify for the subsidy back in BC, don't quote me on this. I don't know exactly the price, but to qualify for any kind of money to help with childcare, you have to make a household income of, I believe, less than $180,000 to qualify for any kind of money. And in Alberta, it's 110 household income. So if you make under 110 household income, then you qualify for their child subsidy here, which is really nice.
Really quickly, I just wanted to add that I really like the work culture here. A lot of businesses are closed on the weekends. I mean, we couldn't even find an auto body place for winter tires on a weekend. So it may be a bit inconvenient, but yes, shut the city down. I'm here for it.
Our last question to this Q&A is, what is it like being away from your big family? And it's hard. It's really hard. And it's probably the worst part about being here in Calgary is being away from my family, my parents, my in-laws family as well too. We are lucky that we have one of Simon's brothers here and his family, so they're only like 10 minutes away from us, so that's really nice to have some family around. But I do miss my grandma and my parents, and I miss Austin running around with his cousins, and I miss my friends. And we grew up in BC, born and raised out there, and our entire life was out there. So it was extremely difficult for us to say goodbye to everybody and make this decision to move away. But a lot of them understand when you have your own family, things change. Your whole world changes. And it was a decision that we could see ourselves benefiting from, and also for our kid to benefit from in the future. And sometimes as a parent, you have to make sacrifices, you have to make compromise, you have to make changes so that you have a better marriage, or your kid has a better chance of a better life, I would say, and like quality of life in BC, it's great, but it was not sustainable for us. And when you think about like, what is my kid going to be able to afford out there if like a condo is already $1 million? Like, it's just wild, right? There are times where I feel alone because I'm so close to my family and I miss them a lot. This wasn't supposed to be like a crying video, but I miss my sisters, and it's so dramatic because they're only like an hour away, plane ride, and talk to each other every day. We call each other every day. We FaceTime and we send memes to each other. And I'm sorry if I'm sorry if you're one of my friends watching this, but my family is so much funner than my friends. And I'm very close to them. We talk about things that most families don't talk about, and I think we're just weird, and that's the whole beauty of it. But it's very hard to be away from your family. And I didn't realize that. Oh, you know what? I won't say that I didn't realize it. I knew that it was going to be hard for me, but I am very thankful that I have a husband that is, sometimes he is a man, but he is a man that cares for me and supports me. I'm very lucky to have a great husband. But I mean, having a great husband doesn't mean that it's any easier to be away from your family. But I miss sitting around with them and cheersing and busting each other's balls and I miss my grandma. I miss my dragon lady grandma. I miss Sai's mom bringing us random food all the time, and Sai's dad always showing up with fruit for us and being so close to my Sai's brother and sister as well too. Like, it was just nice having people around us. And but we're at a point in our life right now that we are focusing very much on possibly growing our family in the future and focusing on being more present with each other, trying to be the best parents that we can to Austin. I am trying to convince my sisters to move out here, so everybody knows them. You tell them. You tell them that Alberta is the place to be. Okay? But wow, okay, I wasn't expecting to get emotional there, okay? Okay, so sorry, really quickly, I just got a couple more questions. And that first question was, what was the biggest adjustment for our family? And I have to say the biggest adjustment will probably be going through the winters and also just being away from our family. Before we decided to move out here, somebody had said to us, oh, maybe you should move out here for a month or vacation for a month and see during the winter and see if you like it or not. And Simon just turned to me and said, hey babe, it doesn't matter where our postal code is, as long as I'm with you and you're with me and we have Austin, that's all that matters. So I'm like, yeah, let's not waste money on vacationing there for a month. It really doesn't matter, right? Whatever the weather is, just stay inside. Stay inside. Love your house. Stay inside if you're going to move to Alberta. And I got another question asking about what was the best thing about our move here. So the best thing about the move was, which were also the reasons why we moved out here. One, having more time for our family, for each other, being more present. And the second best thing is our finances. And the third best thing is the home that we have. I'm very, very happy about the house that we have. It's funny because this house went on sale and 2 weeks later it didn't sell. And that was the week that we were flying down here to come look at houses. So we looked at 12 houses in total, and this house still did not sell. Maybe because if you see by the finishings, it is an older house, but there were some renos that were done. It wasn't completely renovated because some of the washrooms have original tile and stuff like that. But for the most part, fresh paint. The cupboards here are all brand new as well too. The vanities in the washroom are new as well too. So I don't know if that was the case, because I know a lot of the houses that we saw were kind of older and just wood, a cozier vibe. This is definitely more modern and something that we were a style that we were looking for. So I don't know if that was that kind of threw people off about this house. I was surprised that it didn't sell. But I think it was just meant to be. It was meant to be for us. So I really love our house. So overall, review, I would, I do like my bombo way with like pork hock, pork blood. I like it like the real shiz, but this is not bad. I understand that they have to cater to like the demographic here and stuff because I mean, not everybody's gonna eat like, pork hock and stuff. But overall, I give their restaurant a 9 out of 10. It's not even hot, but I'm blowing it. Oh my god. I just ate one of my hairs. I didn't eat it. I got it out. Oh my god. Okay. Well, thank you so much for watching today. If you like this video and you want to see more videos like this, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah. Oh my god, other hand. Mwah. Bye. Did I do a proper introduction? I don't even know. Okay, I don't know if I did or not.